Hey, editing Uriah from the future here. It seems like Joel accidentally used his computer microphone instead of his podcast recording microphone. The audio sounds a little bit weird this time, that's why. But this was a really fun episode anyways, so I'm gonna just roll with it. Just wanted to warn you in case you were expecting the crisp, high-quality audio that you're used to. Anyway, thanks. On with the show. Hey, Joel.
Yeah?
Hey, I've got a really good idea.
I'm ready for it.
What if we made a podcast? Welcome to Joel and Uriah's Terrible Ideas. I am Uriah.
I'm Joel, and, you wouldn't know this, listener, but it's been a bit for Uriah and I.
I don't know to what you are referring, Joel.
We actually, dear listener, we did an adult thing. And we planned ahead, and we had podcasts in the hopper, and Uriah did a thing, and I did a thing, and we've been not recording for 4 weeks?
4, yeah.
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 It's been a bit.
It's been a minute.
Oh my gosh.
I busted my arm falling off my bike. And Joel, what did you do, Joel?
I went and got COVID, guys. It was fun. Oh, man.
I know. Okay, so
I'm being sarcastic, and you know it.
I know
Stop it.
I know you are. I know you are. No, I'm sorry. There are some people in my life, and there are people that I know who might be listening to the podcast who might not appreciate your sarcasm. So I felt like I needed to say something.
No, it wasn't fun, guys. I did have a mild case. It was just a couple days, 4 days, 5 days of just feeling awful, but I could breathe. And I've got good friends that have had hospitalizations weeks long end, and this disease is stupid and it's dumb. And I wish, anyway.
Can you taste anything yet?
I can taste things now. Yeah. Irony of ironies, the week that our podcast came out for flavors was the same week I couldn't taste anything. That was fun. The world looked at me and laughed. It was great.
Yeah, it did.
No, I can taste things now. There's a couple things that have some strong flavors that don't quite taste quite right yet, such as coffee. But most everything else is back. Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't really need the bean juice. You'll be okay without the bean juice.
I need it every morning.
Well, but
Actually, anyway.
So
it's been a bit for Uriah. Uriah, I missed you.
I miss you too, Joel. It's been
this is a fun thing that we do.
It is. Do you want to tell him what it is, or do you want me to tell him what it is?
This is Joel and Uriah's Terrible Ideas. It is a show where Uriah and I hang out over video chat since we live far away from each other, and we pitch each other ideas and pretend that those ideas are a Pinewood Derby car, and we paint it all nice and put wheels on it, and then realize that there's no Pinewood Derby to go to, and we just set it on a shelf and hope you guys enjoy the process.
That is, a Pinewood Derby is such a great way to describe this. We really are sort of ramshackling this thing together with
we are.
With duct
Imagine
tape.
the Pinewood Derby cars you see third graders make. That's what we're doing, but with ideas.
Yeah. So like Joel said, we do take turns doing this, and this week it is Joel's turn. So Joel,
Uriah,
yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm so excited for this one, and I know you will be too.
Okay, good.
We're gonna come up with a new Lego theme.
Ooh. There's a whole bucket of Legos within arm's reach of me. It is very tempting to go grab them.
I've got an idea of a new Lego theme.
Okay.
And I'm going to save that for a hot second.
Sure.
Let's just start throwing out some ideas of themes.
Yeah.
Just hearing that idea, dear listener, we never tell each other these ideas before we meet.
No, we never do.
Because it's a lot more fun this way. Hearing this idea for the first time, what comes to your mind?
Animals.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
Yeah, they kind of do this with the Lego Creator line, right? They get the boxes of ideas books, and they have and some of them, a lot of them have animals as an option, or they're different kinds of animals. But I want something that looks a little more accurate and a little less cartoony, right? I want to build an accurate meerkat out of Legos.
That'd be really cool.
It would be really
It's almost like a Lego architecture set, but
a little less
animals.
Yeah, animals. Yeah.
Okay.
And a little more accessible. Lego architecture is such an inaccessible line between it.
Oh my goodness.
You can only buy it at a few stores, and it's always way more expensive than it needs to be. And it just like the shape and the color of the box, it just like feels. I don't know. I don't like Lego architecture, but anyways, I want accurate.
There's not
animals.
been I've seen a few buildings, and I'm like, well, that'd be really cool. And I look at the price, and I think, no, it wouldn't.
No.
I have yet to see a Lego architecture set where I'm like, that building is so cool. I want it sitting on my shelf.
Mm-hmm.
Not yet. I want to play with them.
Yeah.
Let's be fair.
Yeah, exactly. Falling water.
I've got my Lego Millennium Falcon sitting over there on a shelf.
I can see.
Not the big one, guys. No.
Oh no, not the UCS.
Man, I wish that'd be great, but no.
I've got Poe's X-Wing, Luke's X-Wing, Anakin's Pod Racer, the ATST from The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
The big pirate ship. I do have the big Lego Ideas pirate ship.
Yeah, you do.
I love that one. I can see all those from where I'm sitting.
Nice. Yeah, okay, so if we were to do a Lego theme of animals, you said meerkat.
Mm-hmm. Well,
let's say you've got to have the typical like $8, $15, $20.
Sure.
All the levels that they always have.
Yeah.
Even $35, $50. You could even go up to the $100 level. They've always got those levels.
They do.
What animals do you do?
Oh,
those levels.
Yeah, the $8 one is a hummingbird.
Ladybug.
Oh,
hummingbird.
That's more accurate in price terms. No, I think it's a hummingbird. It's a little hummingbird.
Okay.
Maybe that's like the $4 blind bag, or not blind bag, the little like pouch, like the impulse buy pouch at the checkout line.
I can see that.
The next step up is a guinea pig.
You love your guinea pigs.
I love guinea pigs so much. They're my favorite animals, everyone. Let's see. Moving up, I think the meerkat is the next level.
Okay, you're talking 15 or 20.
Probably 20-ish, yeah.
I always wish with every theme there were actually two $20 level sets.
Mm-hmm, because then I would buy both of those instead. Because like I never want the one $50 thing, but I do like I would get two 20s, yeah.
And the $15 sets or the $12 sets or whatever, there's just not enough to make it worth my while.
Yeah.
The $20 set's where it's at.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
Let's see. Where do we go from a meerkat?
I know what the $100 level is.
What's the $100?
Harpy Eagle.
Ooh. Can you build a Harpy Eagle for $100 worth of Lego?
Well, it'd be smaller. It'd be scaled down, obviously.
Fair enough. Yeah,
we're not talking.
Harpy Eagles are awesome.
$50 tiger, like a full on.
See, now we're getting a little away from the idea that I had, which was because like you could do that, sure, but it wouldn't be quite as accurate to have.
Well, at the $50 level, I think you could make an accurate scaled down model of a tiger.
Maybe.
Are you thinking like actual size?
I was thinking more like actual size. But
okay.
But I also like your idea a lot too, so I'm gonna stop yucking on your yum because it's like
No, you're fine. You're fine. We're throwing out ideas. This is what we do.
That's true.
If you're thinking actual size though, definitely not Harpy Eagle.
No.
Or tiger.
That's why I was so confused why you thought we were gonna get that.
Those are about the same size.
At $100 worth of Lego, you could build a small dog. Or a cat.
Oh, you could.
Yeah. That's what it is. $50 is a Chihuahua, and $100 is a very fat cat.
A Persian.
Yes. Yeah.
How do you do the hair? It just would be a lot of texturing on the outside.
Yeah, I think you probably rely on the studs as texture instead of actual hair. Like, I'm not. I want to make it accurate, but not like. It's still Lego, you know?
It is. It's still Lego. I like this animal theme.
I do too.
I mean, they could change the animals every single year.
Right.
They could do the life size, or they could do, like, if they could theme Africa or Asia with a little, like, card, tells you about the animal, conservation efforts.
Yeah.
Like, 10% of the profits go to whatever, and so on and so forth.
They'd be like little museum displays.
I have a story.
Okay.
1995, little kid Joel, 8 years old, writes a letter to Lego and says, you should do Cowboys versus Indians.
Oh!
Because 8-year-old Joel wanted Cowboys versus Indians. That's 1995. I want you to hear that. It was 1995. And they wrote back. And they said, sorry, we don't actually take recommendations from the public, but thank you for enjoying Lego and blah, blah, rest of the form letter. You know what came out in 1996?
It was the
Wild West.
Wild West. That whole line was awesome.
It was. And I thought, they stole my idea. That was my first thought. 9-year-old Joel thought, they stole my idea. So cool. And I did. I got those Lego sets. It was great.
I had quite a few of those. I like those a lot. Because my dad was super into like John Wayne and other cowboy movies. And I was super into Lego. So it was a way that like to kind of get it all.
Yeah. All that to say, we can come up with these ideas. We could even send this recording to Lego, and they're going to come back and say, we don't take ideas from people, and then next year or 2 years from now, we're going to see these awesome sets.
If I can walk into Target and buy a Lego Guinea Pig box,
my gosh,
100% going to do that.
You would spend tons of money on that.
I would spend up to $40, I think, on a Lego Guinea Pig. Which is approximately how much it costs to get a single live guinea pig. So,
right. Okay, so like I said at the beginning, I had an idea as well for another Lego theme.
Please tell me.
What's in right now is nostalgia. And so this would be a Lego nostalgia theme.
Okay.
It's just, none of it necessarily goes together. None of the sets.
Sure.
Can you imagine a $40 Bob Ross Lego set?
Oh.
People would eat that up.
They really would.
And imagine, even like a small Bob Ross minifigure. And then, like, you just make the painting out of Lego.
That's kind of awesome, actually.
Right? People would love that.
You know, they've been doing those, like, portrait things lately. Like, there's the, like, Sith box, right? Where you can buy it, and it's either, and, like, there's, like, 4 characters. Or there's a Beatles box. You can, like, they're just, like, big portraits. Is that kind of what you're talking about?
That's kind of what I'm thinking. Okay. Yeah. And then, I do not like this movie. But anybody older than me, Gen Xers, anybody who actually lived through the 80s loves this movie, The Goonies.
Yeah.
You could do the pirate ship and the minifigures of all the kids.
That's true.
Maybe even One-Eyed Willie. Yeah. That'd be a huge set. They already know how to make pirate ships.
Right. That would it would be, I mean, it would have to be about the same size as the
Right. And so that would be a huge set, but like Lego Goonies set.
Yeah, there's a very distinct cross section of people who would spend $200 on a Lego Goonies pirate ship, but I would not be that person. I would not either. Some of my older siblings maybe, but not. I would not. Right. Yeah,
I've got some good friends that are like, "Oh, the Goonies are so great." No, they're not. It's awful. I hate the movie, but.
I've actually never seen it all the way through. They tried to show it at a youth lock-in one time, and we all revolted after the movie started.
Because the generation just older than us loves this movie.
Yep.
All of my teachers in like middle school and high school, hey guys, we're not gonna be able to do anything today. I gotta catch up with this. But so I checked out a TV from the library, and we're gonna show the Goonies. Why? Why are we always watching the Goonies? I don't get it. Well, it's not that good of a movie.
Well, you know what?
Hate me, listener. Just do it.
You know what, though? Our kids don't understand why we liked the Land Before Time.
Oh, that's true.
So,
yeah. But that would be a great Lego set.
Oh my gosh, yes. The whole Land Before Time squad.
Right.
All of it. Yeah, there's a set.
That'd be cool. There's a nostalgia set. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think Lego could totally go on nostalgia, and they could even just pick a decade. Like, they already halfway do this, let's be fair. They got Star Wars, and they go back to the Star Wars stuff. I mean, that's nostalgia and modern, but, like, I don't know.
I see what you're saying, though. Yeah.
I know there's a ton of, like, Batman stuff that's out right now, but, like, the 1960s Batman TV show. Do some of that.
Yeah, there's
throwback the Lego Batman.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff in the past to play with. The problem with that is licensing, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
It's like
yeah.
I bet
issues.
DC doesn't really want you to remember that Adam West was Batman.
They probably don't, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I did learn recently. Like, one of the things I was going to suggest was Ghostbusters. Mm-hmm. Lego did Ghostbusters. Yeah. I missed that somehow.
Yeah, they did Ecto 1, I think, and like the fire station, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. And then as part of the Dimensions game, they brought in a couple of the girls from the most recent version. So we have animals, we have nostalgia. There's lots of good stuff there, but this cannot be it. If we're going to become Lego master builders and Lego designers, we have to have more ideas than 2.
Right. 100% we do.
I want to bring back Wild West. You brought that up, and I'm thinking about how cool those sets were.
Wild West would be so cool. I was just thinking like recreating. It's almost a Lego architecture thing, but mixed with some minifigs. I was thinking like bring back things from history. So like historical events depicted with some minifigs and whatever building it happened at, kind of a stuff. You could totally do like the 1776 and like the Liberty Bell and the signing of the Declaration of Independence and have some founding father type things.
Right, yeah.
But I'm not even thinking just American history. I'm thinking like go back even further and just like there's tons of really cool things that have happened throughout history that could probably be depicted.
Yeah, like the entire Sengoku Jidai period of Japan is such an interesting period, and that has really cool architecture as well that goes along with it. So that could be, there's room to play there.
But you say that, and now I'm like, well, I want ninjas and samurai.
I also want ninjas and samurai. There's no reason
as a Lego theme, just as a Lego theme. Like I know they kind of did that a little bit with Ninjago.
Well, and before that, around the same time as Wild West, they did it was ninjas was the theme. It wasn't anything else. It was just like, here's these cool ninjas, and they're cool ninja gliders and stuff. And then they retired that, and eventually Ninjago came back. What if it was like Lego's very careful about not idealizing violence, so. But like I'm thinking like a historical warriors thing, right? Like you brought up ninja and samurai. I'm thinking about like Roman soldiers or
Zulu warriors. Would be awesome.
Yeah, or like American Indians. There's a lot of
that'd almost be a whole minifigure line.
That is one of the blind bags. That's a blind bag series where it's
the only other thing I could think of it being is something roughly the size of like the microfighters from Star Wars. And it'd be like a minifigure and one small thing that you build.
Yeah, I don't like that. I think I think you can tell the story of the characters in minifigures better. I don't think it needs the whole thing. And you can hit a lot more that way, right? Like you can touch on a lot more angles when you have 20 options in a bag.
Right. I like that. Yeah. That would be really cool.
I think there is a Viking in one of those bags.
They used to do Vikings, too.
Was that a whole series?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, it was like 1 year.
Okay, I missed Vikings. That's cool.
I did, too. I'm on Wikipedia. Oh. Don't kill me. 2005, 2007, Lego Vikings existed.
Cool.
Oh. The licensing would be awful with this.
Okay.
Distribution would be awful with this. Building a, you know how they've been building, rather than a minifigure, it's like you have to build the person or build the character, whether it's an R2-D2 or
or
like, and they're roughly like 6 to 8 inches tall. The mascot for college teams.
Yes. Okay. I would argue instead of college teams, maybe try to do professional teams. Just because there's fewer of them. Yeah.
There's fewer of them, except until you start looking at baseball, basketball, football. Now you've got 3 or 4 per state, whereas if you're looking at just like,
hey Joel, how many professional teams are there in Rhode Island?
Oh, there's not many, I guess. Yes, but if you're doing a college, I'm looking at like IU, Purdue from Indiana. You just do those 2, and that's all of Indiana.
Yeah, definitely. Those are the only 2 colleges, and the other ones don't matter.
No. Oh, my gosh.
I mean that. I'm being genuine.
But for real, as far as like production and selling things, that's all you really have to sell in Indiana.
Yeah, that's
maybe
true.
Notre Dame once you get to the northern side, but like not a lot of them like Notre Dame. It's just a small area.
I grew up in that area.
I know you did.
It's more than you think.
I was thinking with if you're doing colleges, yes, you're doing like 2-3 per state, sure. Mm-hmm. But it's the same mascot for all the sports.
Yeah.
Whereas
I see what you're saying.
In Michigan, I'm looking at 4 different sports and they have such disparate mascots.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the same amount of colleges. But then you mentioned Rhode Island, and I'm sure there's at least one college in Rhode Island that you would want to. It was an idea, okay? Shut up.
No. I was trying to play along. I just thought maybe we shift the focus a little bit.
Whichever direction. I think the mascot type thing, although, I mean, you end up having some issues when, like, some colleges are even, like, professional teams, like the mascot's not that great.
No, it's just like IU. What's a Hoosier? I graduated from IU and I still don't know what it is.
Yeah, no one knows what a Hoosier is. But then again, Detroit Red Wings, there's nothing skating around on the ice for the Detroit Red Wings. There's just like a yeah, anyway.
And we have a problem. Everybody would just buy a bunch of the Philly Fanatic and Gritty, and that would be it. And like the rest of it would sit on the shelf until it goes to clearance.
Right. Yeah. No, here in Michigan, people love their Wolverines or their Spartans. There would totally be a rivalry there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm thinking the rivalries, and people would enjoy that.
Sure. Yeah.
Ohio State Buckeyes.
Nobody likes those. nobody likes Ohio or Ohio State or the state of Ohio.
Even people who like Ohio State don't like the Buckeye.
This is a lot of really great stuff. I would buy almost all of these Lego kits that we've talked about so far.
Would be so cool.
Yeah.
There are plenty of themes that already exist. Mm-hmm. Is there a set you are hoping to come out, even in a theme that already exists, that just hasn't come yet?
Set in a theme that already exists. Not really. I'm kind of happy with everything. But you also, this about me. I'm not one for predictions or like hopes. I don't get my hopes up for that. I just like get excited about things when I see them.
Right.
I would like to see them reissue the Porg.
Of course.
The foot tall Porg. But other than that, I don't know. I don't have any specific.
Well, one I would like to see come back out is the B-Wing from Star Wars.
Oh, yeah.
I love B-Wing, and I just didn't have the time or the money when it came out, and it's not out anymore.
It's not. I had the first one. My brother bought me the first one back in like 98
goodness.
or whenever 99 or whenever that was. And I still have pieces of that in my Lego collection that I recognize as pieces from that kit. And I'm like, man, that was so cool. Yeah, we need a new B-Wing. It's about time.
You hear that, Lego?
Listen up, Lego.
Time for a new B-Wing.
You'll sell at least 2 right here.
Yeah.
Make it the $50. Make it the $50 kit, and I'll actually buy a $50 kit for once.
Right. Lego has a Friends theme from not Lego Friends.
Maybe, Friends the TV show?
Yeah, I think they came out with a set.
I think it was part of the ideas line. Like there's the one set that I think it's the coffee shop from the show.
Is there a TV show that needs to be in that line?
Oh, they ask this question every year.
Or a movie. A classic scene.
A classic scene.
What about Top Gun and it's like a jet fighter?
Oh, Top Gun is good. Top Gun is good. I like that a lot. I would buy it. Yeah.
I don't know that I'd buy it, but I think it's a classic enough. It's a classic enough thing. There'd be plenty of people that would. That's not my thing.
Citizen Kane. It's just the snow globe or the boat. I don't know. Spoiler. It's a boat.
Steampunk. Lego steampunk.
Ooh. I like that.
As a theme.
Yeah. Lego. Okay. So then it's all just it's all just things, but more complicated. Unnecessarily.
Right.
So there's still, it's Lego City, but everything is brown. You just
thinking like a hot air balloon but pirate ship thing, or you've got like the car, but it's all it's brass and copper and brown and. Man, that would actually be a really cool...
That would be a pretty cool set.
That's something I would actually buy. I'm not even all that much into steampunk, and I'd be like, that's a cool set. I want that.
The minifigures that come with that would probably be dope as
well. Oh, they would so much.
I'm still really... This idea of like an iconic movie scene is really stuck in my craw. Have there been Toy Story Legos? There have been Toy Story Legos.
There was Toy Story Legos, yep. What if it was a scene from a black and white movie and everything is just a white, black, and grays?
Steamboat Willie. It's
there you
go. The boat. It's Steamboat Willie's Steamboat. And the characters on there. Yeah. The Three Stooges.
Oh, the Three Stooges.
Yes. Oh my gosh, a Three Stooges set with like play functionality, right? Where like you can like push a lever on the back wall and it knocks the ironing board up and it hits Curly.
Oh yes. That would be awesome.
That I need. I'm gonna write that down.
And that would be really cool.
I think I'm going to have to build that.
Doing a black and white movie in Lego.
That would be neat. There were Wizard of Oz minifigures that came out with the Lego Movie 2, but we don't have like a Wizard of Oz set, right? Like a scene in the forest.
There's enough scenes there. Yeah.
There are enough, yeah. Or just like
Dorothy and Toto with the Wicked Witch and the house on top. And then when she finds the Scarecrow, that'd be a real small set. And then the Tin Man, a little bigger with some trees.
Yeah.
Cowardly Lion. And then you've got the biggest set, which is them in the castle with the man behind the curtain.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
And the big wizard face.
Yeah, the big wizard face has a lot of like you could really detail that really interestingly. You know, you could do a good job of that. Alternatively, you could just make it a big yellow sphere because that would be appropriate for the characters.
That would be cool.
So I mentioned the Lego Movie too because it's a work of absolute art. But one of the minifigures that was in the movie was Ruth Bader Ginsburg. And it occurred to me the Supreme Court, like the Supreme Court, but like at minifigure scale, so that you could like have like a play set out of the Supreme Court building. And then you can teach your kids a civics lesson.
That would get so political about which year they choose.
It does not have to be political. You just get... Do you
want to just get generic minifigures and not actually pick...
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. A Supreme Court scene. Even just a normal courtroom scene. Law and Order. I'm saying, it'd just be... No... I would like it, but I don't know that my kids would ever play with it.
No, I don't think my kids would like a crime lab.
That's one of those where it's got to be like the Lego Ideas or something like that. Yeah, it had to fit into that theme.
Jeopardy,
in honor of Alex Trebek,
who was an absolute sweetheart. I think a Jeopardy set would really that would be pretty cool.
A lot of blue bricks just on a big wall.
Yeah,
that would be a really cool, and he's somebody worth doing that.
I think he deserves to be a minifigure.
Yeah, he does. So. Why wasn't he a master builder in Lego Movie or Lego Movie 2?
Probably licensing. I don't know.
Probably, you're right.
Bill Nye. Bill Nye's set would be a really cool idea.
That would be Reading Rainbow. If you're going Bill Nye. Do Bill Nye, do Reading Rainbow.
Carmen Sandiego.
Oh, yes.
Actually, Carmen Sandiego would be really cool.
Sets wouldn't be big enough because the goal is to, like, where's Waldo? Could you do that?
No, it'd be so expensive because you'd have to have, like, 400 minifigures. Your set would be $1,000.
Oh, yeah, that wouldn't work. You're right.
But now I want a Waldo minifigure to make, just use my existing. That's it.
That's it.
It's so that's one of the blind bag series. It's all people who look like Waldo. It's all people from the, like with the different colored striped shirts. And then one in 20 of them is Waldo.
Where's Waldo? And you keep buying them and you're just like, where the crap is Waldo? Oh no, only one in the entire production line is Waldo.
Oh no, because then it's not, because then nobody would do it. You know, even Willy Wonka gave out 5 golden tickets.
Okay, 5. 5 of them are actually Waldo.
Fair enough. I like that. Okay, all
Willy
right.
Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh yes. Oh my gosh, the boat. The boat from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Yeah.
Yes.
Or the room where everything is eatable.
Yes. That first intro room with the chocolate river. Yes, absolutely. Yep. Oh, that'd be a cool set.
Yeah.
And that's only a few minifigures. Yeah.
No, there's a lot in that scene. There's like 11.
Oh, I guess there would be some Oompa Loompas.
Yeah.
You want to get away from having too many minifigures?
Yep.
Castaway. One minifigure and Wilson.
Yep, that's pretty good.
And then you got these FedEx boxes and an island.
Yep, I like that. That's pretty good.
Oh, that'd be a cool set. There's a ton of Tom Hanks movies that would be interesting sets. Terminal,
Forrest Gump. Well, I'm
running out of ideas there. Yeah.
I think we got a couple of good sets. Or lines, and then we had our rapid fire there at the end with all the cool ideas. I think that's about as many as we can sort of put into the world at this moment.
If we miss something completely obvious, you've got to tell us what theme, or just out of single run set, or the mystery bags. If we're missing something obvious here, please let us know.
Well, and like we're 2 people with relatively aligned interests. So it's like our ideas are going to be a fairly narrow set. There's something that we would just never think to hit.
Right.
So please let us know what you think. Oh, you know what else would be super cool? If you share this podcast on your social media and tag Lego so that they see this and so they hear all of our excellent ideas. And
should we rename this one Joel and Uriah's excellent idea?
No, we should name this one Joel and Uriah's bricktastic idea.
Oh yes. Yes.
That's as far as we go. We'll tell you about all the socials in the credits. But until then, thank you for listening. We're glad you came here, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.
Our intro and outro music is Kingdom by Phantom Sage. You can find them on SoundCloud and no copyright sound.
You can find us on Google Podcasts or Apple Podcasts and maybe others. I don't know. Check back later.
Hey, if you've got a thought and you want to share it with us, you can email us at JoelandUriah@gmail.com.
Follow us on Twitter at JoelandUriah or like us on Facebook, Joel and Uriah. Any other dead social media platform, we're probably there too.
And thank you for listening to Joel and Uriah's Terrible Ideas.
We're the ones standing in the sky. We're taking upon our own allies. For all of the rules we abide by. For us to save our
I guess we won't actually see them because it's a podcast. And
Well, you're right.